Hey, this is BlindFox. Welcome at my Ration Review. Please support the channel, please subscribe, and please go and donate on patreon.com. So today is the dinner portion of the MRE International Ration Pack. This is a packing company in South Africa. Day 6, packed in 2022, expires in 2023, and there's some sugar, some salt in there, some water purification powder, and some matches, and some bags. I've decided I'm not going to use the ketchup and the ketchup and the chutney. There's nothing I think I want to use it on. Although you might use it on the meat one, maybe better, but... So we've got some Provitas, as always, cheese as always, some tea, some chicken a la king, which has got really big chicken pieces. You can feel them. And I don't care if it's potatoes or chicken here, I do squash them for a very good reason. Because if it's chicken, which it very well might be, with the potato it's just a shame that it gets squashed, but the chicken, how to put this, chicken is very dry in this stuff, so I want to squash them so that the salt or the sauce can sort of get into the chicken fibers, and it's real chicken breast pieces, so then it's not as dry. So I like the squashing bit of it. Mixing, and then while it heats up, the sauce can go into the fibers and such. So we've got samp, which is white maize. It's not sweet corn. It's sort of just put in, the kernels are sort of just cracked basically, or cracked open. When you boil the thing, it sort of puffs up because the inside is not contained by the outside of the kernel, that membrane thing. It looks a lot like wet popcorn, but it's just similar to, or it looks similar to it, but it doesn't taste like that. It's got a maisey taste, slight popcorny, not a sweet corn taste. If you've never had the difference between maize and sweet corn, there is no sweetness to this. Starchy taste, very starchy product. And it's sort of like a pop, but just very, very, very not ground. It's just sort of cracked, as I said. So it's a maize product, and a lot of people eat it here. So what am I going to do? I'm going to heat this up. It's going to be a quick one. And make my tea. That's all we're going to do. And then we've got our crackers and our cheese. So, hey, see you after I've heated it up. And here we are. So let's start with our samp on the side. Same just so is. You can taste the maize, or the maize taste. Vaguely familiar to popcorn, but not exactly, because you don't have the crunch. It's sort of fluffy, sort of starchy. I'm not sure what I can explain to people. It's not like a potato. It's not like a pasta. It's really difficult to explain the texture of this. Here we've got our chicken a la king. Chicken, there's some veggies. Very saucy. No, that's funny. I had chicken a la king in, what did we do it in? 4? No, it wasn't in 5. Somewhere we had another chicken a la king with the barbecued rice in this special packs. Oh yeah, that's I forgot to say in the beginning, this is a special pack ration. It was packed especially for the I think for the shop where I bought it. It was sold as SHTF rations, but we had the chicken a la king in an earlier ration, and it was not as salty as this. I don't know why that one wasn't as salty, but this one, very salty, so you don't need the extra salt they give you. I don't even think you need the cheese, but really a salty dish. Adding this samp here does help with the salt, but this is really salty. It's funny that two dishes, I don't know if they were different batches or what, but this one is really salty. It's a nice chicken taste over all the rest, and the rest is nice. It's real chicken. Sauce isn't bad. Tea is normal tea. And we'll just pop in some cheese. Not gonna put in that much. Why? Because, well, it's salty. Although we added just a little cheese, or well, a half one, that cheesiness, the taste comes through. It's cheddar, it's nice and sharp. You get a nice cheesy taste, and it actually goes well with your chicken a la king. Now, we do know that our cheese goes excellent with our Brevitas, but we'll do some chicken a la king on the Brevita, and I will not load it on. I just take a bite and take a bite because I normally drop stuff. Interesting, but the amount of maize that's already in here, you don't really need the bready part of the Brevita. And of course your Brevita goes excellent with your cheese. Alright, what do we think about the meal? The tea, normal black tea. Brevita is normal Brevita, tastes like a crunchy bread. Cheese, normal processed cheddar. Salty, cheese tasting. Our chicken a la king was very salty. Although the samp doesn't have any salt in it, it's still not really enough to mask some of the salt in the chicken a la king. Adding the cheese doesn't help with the salt content here, but at least it gives it a nice, lovely, cheesy flavor. And I'm not going to add the chutney or the ketchup. It just doesn't make sense for me to add it. And there's enough salt in here as it is. Because this was our dinner, and it was the MRE International special packed ration, I think. Ration pack day 6, 2023, expiration date back in 2022. It was sold as a SHTF type ration, which means that it's in the box, it's got plastic around it. There is vaguely some of the same components in, or style of components that's in a military ration, but not exactly the same stuff. In fact, I haven't really had one that I know was issued or was bought by the military, so I can say this is how the ration should look. I have seen some of the components on stuff, and yes, it is the right type of components, but I haven't had the same ration anyway. So SHTF type rations doesn't mean it's SHTF rations, it just means it looks like SHTF. It's sort of an ex-MRE, if you look at the American rations, it's sort of when you compare an ex-MRE ration to a military ration. Same style of things, some same product stuff in there, but totally different. Anyway, this is our ration. Interesting meals, these 6, I'm gonna put them all in a playlist, or they should be all in a playlist now. Then you can go and look at them all 6 of these rations together and see how, if you think it's boring or not. I think there was too much components that repeated. Sort of everything had the same cheese. The Brevita is fine, it's a neutral thing. A lot of the same chocolate, a lot of the same drink, a lot of the same, mostly the same porridge, mostly the same isotonic or lactose free drink. So really boring rations, but interesting nonetheless. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, please go and donate on patreon.com and see you at my next ration review.